Welcome to the Boo Show.
What's good, Hollywood? DB the VP, bro, no ENT, long live Ron Nelson. I'm gonna pass to my boy.
You already know, Big Mike in the house, man. Love you guys, love all love, man. Cali in the house.
Cali what?
Cali what?
Cali. How you gonna take my house?
Yeah, he's doing my house.
How you Cali in the house?
Right.
I didn't say my house.
No, I said Mike in the house. I mean, you said Cali.
I didn't.
I thought you were gonna have your own thing.
Who are you? I'm more like a.
I mean, that's it, Cali.
That's it, man.
We gonna bet you get
Cali, come on.
Yes, your boy XB, Mr. G, Somerville. You know who I be.
Man, I'm kind of like the Pied Piper of this.
Talk to us, Mr. Pied Piper.
Well, what happened was I had been in trouble. So this was good Hollywood. I am something like famous. And so why I got this mask on right now, we're talking about Hollywood, is because I had to dump a couple of women, and a couple of them are looking for me. I've had some that was too tall, too little, too big, and too thin. And now I'm just trying to run. And,
On the run, baby.
I'm on the run, baby. And so if you see me with this right here, I'm hoping they don't know the Damien. And they be like, oh, is that Damien or DB the VP? So when I got this on right now, I'm kind of like, I'm incognito.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
What about you?
Who the fuck are you again?
Exactly. So I'm
Really asking why he was. I mean, Black America.
I'm Black America.
Black America.
I'm Captain
America.
I'm Captain Cop.
He Black Dynamite.
So
that's your new nickname, Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
I will take it because
Black Dynamite.
I am amazing. We're up in jokes now. So what I'll do is I'll keep it. We got a lot of stuff going on in Hollywood right now.
Okay, talk to me.
So we're just in the news, was kind of like mainstream when we talk about Hollywood. So right now we have the passing of a legend's daughter. We got the Presley. You know, we got another Presley going into the
Michael Jackson's ex-wife.
Michael Jackson's ex-wife, Elvis Presley's daughter.
That's the reason why I know who she is.
And we'll call her Lisa.
Lisa.
Happy birthday, Lisa. Lisa passed away recently. We don't know if it was due to opioid. We're going to say allegedly because she had lost a lot of weight and then she had gained it and then next thing you know she was gone.
So did she have anorexia or what?
I think she had a dope problem.
Oh, okay.
Is what I would call it. But that's
all I'm gonna say. I don't mean to interrupt you. It's just that a lot of people that tend to have dope problems, it makes it easy to take them out.
Take him out.
I was purposely doing that.
We need
it's conspiracy. I don't want to get clipped. Clipped. You know what I'm talking
about. The cameraman said if you put this mask on, you'll be blank man. And so I'm glad that you don't have a mask on because they would have called you blank man. Now, with Lisa Presley,
Sir Blank Salon,
Sir Blank Salon.
Sir Blank Salon.
So that's why I tell all ladies now that I'm fixed. So they're like, I'm gonna have your baby, black baby. I'm clipped, but I'm not.
He's like, still giving you this juice.
I'm giving you this juice, but somebody else the daddy. So now,
I'm clipped. Yeah. I am clipped. Your boy right here is clip.
We got these special clips for you. So now she's passed away. Her mother and her daughter are fighting for her life insurance because she was the daughter of Elvis, she got the catalog and all that stuff. She got all this stuff. The wife didn't. However, she died. She was broke. Now, after she passed away, she had 3 life insurances. 2 that we know of, but they said there was a third they haven't seen yet. So she got $25 million for one, $10 million from another one, and there's a possible another $10 million for another one. And so this is basically up to $35 to $45 million of a woman passing away, and her mother and her daughter now are fighting for, supremacy and over the Elvis music rights. So this is kind of crazy. Being a conspiracy theory kind of guy, it's kind of wild that she died right after this Elvis movie came out, because now once the movie comes out, the popularity of the music soars, right? Now it's only 2 people that can find it, the mother and the daughter. So now who's going to be in charge of the music? Who's going to incorporate music? Who will have it? Will they pay off something? Because Elvis music is worth out, what, $5 billion now? Probably more.
Up there.
It's up there.
It's up there. I would think so.
It's like our sound deficiencies going on right now.
Yeah. I'm not going to let that stop me because the show goes on. And so even though I hear it, Chris Dahmer is our music, he's our media guy. And I think
MG.
He's on Media Mogul, and what happened was he's on a new diet, and it's called
pork. Pork.
It's called pork or heavy metabolism, heavy metal.
Chris,
I
the volume key
get a couple of
volume.
He's on heavy metal diet.
I'm talking about okay.
He said,
So the reason why that's so funny. Okay, so for you remember the movie Heavy Metal?
Hey, we only get this right now. Like nobody else think it's funny. Hey,
You ever seen Heavy Metal the movie? That's like that. Oh yeah.
Hey, that's my thing. The funny with these movies. You never seen the Witchmaker, the Woodlock too. Didn't laugh. So now with these movies, now we're laughing. So now, really, Steve, because you're laughing so hard, I cannot go to the next segment of What's Good Hollywood because I want to talk about Hollywood and all the fun that we have. But we have a serious situation right now. That's going to take a lot of stuff. We have TYRE Nichols. Another person murdered by police brutality, and we'll say murdered. And now what we have here is division because they're saying, oh, now it's black cops. What do you want to do? To me, police brutality is police brutality.
no matter the race.
It's not black or white. They bleed blue to it. So now with TYRE Nichols, we having people that beat him up. I'm gonna take this off and be kind of a little more serious when we're talking about this situation.
Hey, they're gonna do what Rocket?
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm Captain Cock. And so, but if you wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't have to say this. So now the police that beat him up, what people are going off, they're saying, is this worse than Rodney King or the other beatings that we've seen because these guys are black? And I'm thinking no, because it doesn't matter the color. Police are police. It's not black, it's not white, it's not Spanish, it's not none of that shit. They bleed blue. They're a gang. This gang they had called themselves the Scorpions.
Which actually stands for...
What does Scorpions stand for, Mike?
Street Crimes Operation to Restore Peace in Our Neighborhoods.
So these guys are basically anti-Scorpions.
Well, can I say something to the fact that y'all said this? And this is not even a joke. This is just the analogy behind it because I know how I think, right? So when I think of a scorpion, right, the first thing that comes to my head, and I guess a lot of this also based on martial arts too, because I know I took martial arts when I was younger.
It's a plug. He got a plug in. He's plugged up. So you took the martial arts?
I did take martial arts when I was younger, right? So the problem that you have with a scorpion, right? A scorpion is his worst enemy because it'll get...
What will it do, Steve? What will a scorpion do?
A scorpion will get frustrated, right? And it will get frustrated, it will sting itself and kill itself.
And so when we watched that, has anybody watched that video?
And that's why I kind of feel like the cops being scorpions.
I didn't want to watch the video.
Exactly.
I watched the video because we speak on these things like this. I couldn't make it through the whole video. I don't know people that can.
It's kind of ironic that they chose that name for themselves.
You gotta watch it. But kind of like just piggybacking off what he said about the Scorpions. What happened in this thing is, he's on the ground, he's getting beat up, he's getting hit, and he gets up and he runs.
Screaming for help for his mom.
But this is before he gets up and he runs. Okay. And why? Because on this video, you got these cops that are out of shape. They're beating up on this guy. They got pepper spray and they got tasers. But guess what they started doing? It's like a scene from Bugs Bunny. They start beating up on each other. And this guy's like looking. He gets up and he runs. They spray each other.
You don't even know what they're aiming at.
So now he gets up and he runs because he's seeing it. Like, hold on. These guys talking about get him, kill him, break his arm. He gets up and he runs. When he runs, he could have kept running. He actually stopped. You get what I'm saying? He could have kept going. But he stopped like, okay, I'm ready to turn myself in. Now these guys are out of shape. They go for round 2. And they just keep on beating them up, holding them, beating them up. But it's a lot of guys that are, I hate to say that they beat him up because they weren't in shape, but they were more aggressive because they couldn't get him down. This is a guy that's skinny. He has Crohn's disease, which means, he's a skateboarder. A lot of skateboarders, they have, calisthenics. So he knows how to, he's skinny, but he's strong. They couldn't get him down, but what they're saying is somebody sprays your face and kicks you. Your natural thing is going to be what?
Flight.
Cover up.
Right, remember, it's fight.
So he's covering up, he's doing everything to cover up, and they're like, stop covering up, put your arm behind your back. But every time I take your arm, the next guy with you punches me or sprays me, punches me, tasers me. You get what I'm saying?
So you're only doing what your natural instincts are used to protect yourself.
I've been tased, pepper sprayed, punched,
consider resisting.
I've been tased, pepper sprayed.
Where'd you saw the video at?
Man, it's all over now. It was CNN showed it.
The graphic version,
all of it, because so they even showed they had the body cams. They had the body cams. Well, they were hyped because they finally was able to get police on it, and so they made it where it was only 5 black police officers, and then they started getting everybody surrounded by it. So now they suspended the white officer as well. But
Can you give me the video?
So
you can get me a video. I'll put it on. I'll put the video.
How many officers in
I'll
total?
put it in. If I can, I'll split it right now.
The
And I'll
sixth
put
one
the video
has already off the force. 3 of them. I mean, yeah.
Because they keep on flipping on it, like the guys that were there, and then the people. I mean, it's everywhere, so you can see the video, you can show it. To me, it's watch with precaution. His mother wanted the video to be released, but she hasn't watched it. I think that
This is on the 7th.
as a person, it's not even it's anybody. But when I watched that video, I seen it on Saturday.
Did it show what he was doing when he was driving recklessly?
No, so that's the confusion part, because we don't know what led to all of that.
Okay, because they're allegedly saying it's reckless driving.
But it was in a great neighborhood. Like, yeah, they got picked up by their own police cam doing this. So it goes to the point where they got their body cams, and then they have another
Outside
footage where it's an outside view, but it's the Memphis police camera for the neighborhood watches. So you can see these guys stomping them, talking about glasses. They got their own glasses that they picked up. This one dude lost his glasses, and he says, "Man, I lost my glasses." He goes and looks for them. He finds them. The other guy says, "Man, where you get them glasses from?"
They're having a whole blown conversation about it.
And this dude, they're standing this dude up while he's dying, laughing about glasses. And so it was really.
So he stood up while he was dying.
They stood him up, and they were just kind of like having a regular conversation after they beat that man to a pulp, and they just kept beating him. They were getting more upset with themselves, because if me and you are trying to fight somebody, but we're out of shape, we know we can beat him up because he's not fighting, but we can't get any good hits in. He's slippery. So now I might punch you, you might punch me, you kick me, I kick you, I tase you, you tase me. What are we doing? We're not mad at each other. You get what I'm saying? Because in this moment, we're still trying to get this person.
You're taking frustration out on
We're taking his frustration out on him. But the truth of the matter is,
because they're saying stop resisting.
We're the boob show. So we got somebody that says no to titties, and we go jump him, but we can't never hit him. It's all 4 of us. We can't get one good hit in. But,
aggravated.
But you use your pepper spray, and it gets me in my eye, and I want to slap Mike. You get what I'm saying? And now I pull out my taser. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm pepper spraying. Like, what happened?
You can't see. You chase the other cop. And then,
yes, now I tase him.
And then he's getting more mad than, but their anger is all aimed towards the
right there.
individual.
So now I tase him. You pepper spray me. I tase him. He gets his baton down. He hits Mike. Now Mike wants to kick somebody, but he can't see. It's all kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying?
So apparently, what it seems like is that those police officers lacking training in how to use weapons and equipment. That's what it looks like.
It looks like a gang. It looks like a gang, and it looks like, I don't know what this kid could have done to make 5 people want to abuse him and beat on him and kill him.
Bro, they literally held him up. He said like this, held like one officer right here, one on the other side. He said, "I'm about to baton you."
Yeah.
He said, "Watch out, I'm gonna hit you with this baton." While he's sitting there like this, like,
He dying.
you feel me? Like he just literally slumped over while they're holding him up by the
officer.
So they can hit him.
He
They
said,
standing up.
"Watch out," because the third
Because he's on the ground, they
officer.
can't hit him.
He said, "Watch out, I'm about to baton."
So
you."
they gotta hold him up, make
So
him
he moves out the
stood.
way, and he says, "I'm about to baton the beep out of you," and then you feel
Just
me?
hit him. And
That's
so
wild.
So you gotta understand, when we talk about fight or flight,
That's
imagine
wild.
you ran because you've already fought fight. The only reason they got him with this second part is because he stopped. If he wouldn't have stopped, these guys wouldn't have caught him. They were out of shape.
And the dudes aren't even that, like, 2 of them are definitely big dudes.
Yeah.
The other one just like he looked tall. He's at least like 6'3".
So he
You know what
can't.
I'm saying?
So and sometimes people get so tall they're not coordinated. He's a police officer, but he's not.
I mean, like he's big, but he's not like, you feel me? He's like a solid dude.
Yeah, but
Like,
he's not. He can drop his weight on you, but you can beat him up. You
crazy.
know what I'm saying? Like, he a police officer, so in
he's
this,
gonna be one of these.
he's gonna be like Spider-Man.
So these dudes that practically did this butt whooping, practically in short terms, I would have been able to use my martial arts, and I probably would have whooped all of them up.
You would have been shot because he didn't do anything.
I would have whooped.
So once you would have started fighting back, because he didn't fight back, he ran.
The first 2 people would have got knocked out, so they probably would have shot me.
Yeah, you would have been shot because they were, again, we don't know.
Choke chop. That's what they teach us in the military. You're in a tight situation. The first thing that you do is you go for the first person that's rushing you. And the martial arts, they teach us that too. But the military particularly teaches us, right? Go for the first person throat.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you take that person's throat, you take that same person and put him in front of you. And then you go for the next person's throat. The throat is you can cut off a person, circulation, and what they're doing for a couple minutes just for them trying to get their breath back. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. And this thing is, you go for the throat and then the nose. And so
yes,
you can kill him like that though.
That's what it doesn't matter. It's fight or flight that they teach us.
Flight.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm teaching the throat and I go for your nose. You're not breathing again. I don't care if you breathe.
And then we're out. We're not trying to sit there to make sure you're
good.
Yeah.
And so these guys, they're not police officers because they're not protecting the servant. They're not protecting the community. And this guy, to me, they love to bring out people's records when they do something.
Oh yeah.
All that past stuff that has nothing to do with the right.
But they haven't done this to him yet. So I haven't heard any bad things about Tyre Nichols. You get what I'm saying? So this whole narrative of he was a felon, he was this and he was that, is not presented.
Perhaps he wasn't a felon.
Perhaps, but we don't.
It wouldn't even matter. It
doesn't matter because
it was so brutal regardless.
Yeah.
Right.
From the situation that transpired from that, like a traffic stop.
So there's been many riots. Riots, nothing big. We got your same lawyers that want to come out when every time it's an issue when they, black power, fighting black people. They only want the money. I think his name is Ben Carson. He's everywhere, but he never wins. Ben Crump. Crump. He never wins. And this is no disrespect to Ben Crump if he ever sees it.
But he does put the business out there.
He puts the business out, but he's kind of like the new age Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson.
Gotcha.
Okay.
We get the money.
Very frontline.
And see what they do frontline is they build these non-profits and these corporations, and they get people to go with them. However, if I call you racist and I say this is my corporation, in order to get some charity for it, we want a $4 billion contribution, right? So what happens with this $4 billion is I take your money, and when stuff goes wrong, I come to the spot, but I don't necessarily bring all the drama to you.
Right.
It's like a pay-to-play situation. And that's what happened with the civil rights and everything else. So now you're seeing people that are paying to play, and it's not necessarily, I really want to put justice. I want to get the money for the family and the people, and whatever happens, you will keep on giving the money circulating. So it really isn't like justice, in a way. So I mean, that's kind of our What's Good Hollywood segment. I made it somber. I didn't want to make it so somber.
Damn, Tyre, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, man, rest in peace. It's a sad thing when, again, we got police officers that can't control their angers. They're going to probably still get their pension and everything else because they were in the service, of course, for longer than 5 years. But
but that's where they need to stop that. See, this is the problem,
Would you be a police officer?
No.
Would you be a police officer?
Nope.
Would you be a police officer?
No.
Only way that I would become a police officer, right, if they made it mandatory that all police officers had to also, just like how firemen have to also learn the EMS, become all day, so they have to have both trades. I feel like police officers should have to have that same thing too. Yeah, because they're the ones that's always first on the scenes, and they're the ones that's first on killing somebody. So if you want to take somebody out, you're going to be able to bring somebody back.
But this the thing, like, the people with the right hearts and the right mind don't want to be police officers. It takes a special person to be a police officer.
Yeah, that cutthroat mentality.
You gotta have it. And then you also gotta have that. They don't think it's a gang mentality, but it is a trendy gang mentality because me and you could be police officers. Brothers in blue. Because once you see one police, you can always talk to one officer and he'd be cool sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
But once it gets a little crowd going on,
to 3 officers, they change who they are.
The mentality changes real fast.
You can get one officer, he could be cool. But
because you don't want to look this type of way in front of that officer.
Not at all.
And if this officer comes around, I don't want we all kind of got to be on that same page. But then these two might look at me crazy if I'm trying to be on a certain type.
Gotta hold up an image.
So that's the image is a gang. So all those guys, why? Who made them start? One guy tased them, but what was the spark that kept it going? Because again, nobody stopped and said, "Hey, we got to do the boob show next week."
Yeah.
Nobody never just stopped and said it. Like, we just kept going, even after he ran. Cali, you got to do the booth show next week. Stop hitting them.
It's almost like it's a legitimate game. Remember when we was younger, cats jumping. It was always that one person. I gotta get that last lick in so everybody can see.
Yeah. Look how tough I am. Look how you with that baton. Like ain't nobody never gonna mess with Charlie again. Mike got that baton. And
but they the same ones that the same police officer. No offense, sorry, but y'all the same one that gang raping because y'all the gang rape one of your own, and we'll talk about that next week.
But hold on though, because that happened in Tennessee as well.
That was in Tennessee also. The gang. Where the one female officer allowed all other dudes. You heard about that?
Yeah, that was in Nashville.
Yeah.
That was in Nashville.
Yeah, shout out to her, man.
Shout out to her because he come to the booth show. Come to the booth show, favorite.
The whole squad get it on.
You can let the whole squad.
I'm sorry, I don't want no parts.
Her face is crazy, though.
Yeah, she. Bro, I'm sorry, I couldn't touch her, bro. When I saw her picture, I was just like, ooh, I must have been fiending.
She looked a lot different with makeup on.
Yeah.
She looked a lot different with makeup on.
Her face painted.
Yeah, you got in the face paint and all that.
Oh, so she yeah. I mean, bro, I'm sorry, but her face was not painted. They did it in the back in the police station, bro. There's you can't give me an excuse.
That's what I'm saying. Her face got painted.
She got
painted.
Her face got painted.
Not the type of way you think it.
But her boyfriend, you seen her husband.
You a duck, dude. You a duck because you cannot tell.
With her.
What's her
But
name?
he keeps.
I don't know. Just look at the police officer that got cheated on husband.
Yeah.
And
Or just said police officer that got gang.
He looks like he wanted to be there, and he's mad. That's why he's standing with her. Like, well, next time we'll go to another county, and the next time they do that, I want to be involved in it. He doesn't want to be the cameraman.
Bro, it's just
it's crazy out here. We're going to have a lot more to talk about next week. I really want to talk about those two segments. You know what I'm saying? Just because the Elvis daughter is really big in Hollywood. I mean, it's not that much bigger than it gets to Elvis, unless Michael Jackson's daughter passed away. And, you know, we had to give our shouts out to TYRE Nichols. Is there anything else you want to talk about that you've seen in Hollywood or anything?
No, particularly not really.
Okay.
Top right now.
What about you, Callie? I mean,
I think you covered the big topics, you know. So.
we got a Whitney Houston biopic coming out, but so we have something coming out as well, though, Steve. We got
something special. Y'all catch it at the end of this segment.
This segment right here. Is there anything that our cameraman wants? Because the cameraman kept interrupting this thing. Does he want to talk about something? Let's see.
Megan Hall.
Chris Dahmer, is there anything that you want to talk about when it comes to Hollywood?
No, I'm good.
He's good. Do you want to do your closing out there, Big Pat?
You already know what it is.
I love you.
Okay.